Crankk is redefining decentralized connectivity by merging LoRaWAN and blockchain through its unique proof of network participation model. Proudly built on the Cadena blockchain, Crankk paves an efficient and revolutionary road towards the future of decentralized infrastructure.
Hello, good day, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in. Today we have Jonas from MystNodes's. If you have any questions, make sure that you leave them in the comment section and we'll be more than happy to answer them all. As you know, we're doing this every month and normally Joe takes the part, but he couldn't be with us today, so I'm going to take over. My name is Alexander and I'm part of the marketing team at Crankk. So yeah, today we have Jonas, as I mentioned, from MystNodes's, and he's going to share a bit more about MystNodes's and what they're doing. Jonas, you can start by introducing yourself, share a little bit about your background and what you do at MystNodes's exactly.
Okay. So first of all, nice to meet you, Alex. It's a pleasure to be here with the Crankk team. Great project. So yeah, I'm Jonas. Actually, that is my pseudonym. I'm João. I'm from Portugal. Basically, I started some years ago investing in crypto. Actually in 2020, and then I started digging the rabbit hole about Web3. I really felt passionate about this decentralized world. I had a previous experience in a Web3 company, which was not so great, but it's better if I don't mention. Due to the predatory environment that they were working on, they were Web3. As the narrative was Web3, but they were actually quite Web2 and not very, very, very nice to work with and very ethical. And I started in MystNodes's 1 year ago, basically. I started as a partnership manager, strategic partnership manager. And in the last 3 months, I assumed the product owner position. There is a lot to learn still, but that's where I came from and that's where I am right now.
That's great. There is always a place to learn. Every day you have to learn a new thing.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So for viewers that are new to the project, and how does MystNodes's actually work? Can you explain a little bit sorry for interrupting. Can you explain a little bit about the technology behind it and how it differentiates from other similar projects?
Yeah, so basically it's very simple. You can have your day-to-day device like your mobile or your laptop, or you can even have a Raspberry Pi. And basically you register to our platform, you download our software and install it, and basically you are sharing your unused bandwidth, and by that you can receive Myst tokens, and you become basically a node of Mysterium, and that is in a nutshell how it works. I should tell you beforehand that I'm not very technical person, so all of these technical things maybe I can come up short, but I'll try to give the generalistic view. Regarding competitors, actually competitors are quite strong right now. So you have Grass now. I'm mentioning them because they are doing things quite nicely. They are on the Solana blockchain. They are very strong. They have a lot of people onboarded. Actually, they kind of establish a roadmap for future projects that are doing this. MystNodes's started in 2017, so a couple years ago, but we started more for a technical kind of crowd, right? But we understand if we want to scale, we also have to reach a more broader kind of crowd. I would say that our advantage is that we can work with the Web 2 and the Web 3 as well, and make a platform for everyone. So I'd say that is our advantage towards competitors, basically. Okay, but we have a lot to grow still.
That's great. We also have Grass at implemented in our one-click multi-mining solution, and it's great. MystNodes's is also great, and I'm not much of a technical guy as well, but it's okay. It's a bit difficult to step into Joe's shoes because he's a very technical guy. Admirations to him. So what inspired you kind of went through it, but what inspired the creation of MystNodes's, and what problems does it aim to solve in the Web3?
So I was not part of the team when the project started. Maybe I'm not the best person to speak about this, but the idea here was internet without borders, because internet is still a high centralized place, let's call it like that. So here the purpose was to bring power to the users, and the fact that they didn't have to rely on a centralized network, basically. So if you are a node and I am a node, and let's say Joe is a node, we can connect via each other without depending on centralized infrastructures, basically. So that was the vision and the need that we are trying to solve: internet for everyone at anywhere, basically, at any
Sounds
time.
very good. And I
Yeah.
have to mention the way that you can become a node operator sounds super easy and simple. And I believe simplicity is key. And it's very important that the users can easily just set up a node.
Yeah.
I have another question. Where did the name MystNodes came from? Like, I know that it's probably connected to Mysterium, but maybe you can tell me a little bit more about it.
I again, I was not part of the team, but I guess yeah, it's connected to the Mysterium network and the fact that you become a node. So I think that was just put two and two together. MystNodes is not my favorite kind of name, but I guess it works, you know, and maybe something related to the mysterious or kind of privacy kind of stuff. I would assume that it comes from there.
Okay, great. You mentioned Web3 as well. So MystNodes, as far as I know, isn't a blockchain itself. So where does it fit in the Web3 ecosystem, and how does it assist blockchain projects?
It's a good question. Yeah, we are not in the Web3. I mean, we have, but our paying system right now is in Mist token, so it goes through the Polygon blockchain. So we do that regarding Web3. I mean, it's not perfect yet. We want to improve this as well. I think that we can introduce gamification, and I think Web3 is really strong on that matter. You know, like NFTs or SFTs, these achievements, or kind of these the more network you share, for example, the more traffic you share, the more uptime you have. We can do this Web3 kind of segmentation that is actually works as a roadmap for the users, for them to understand how they can improve their earnings and stuff like this. And not only that, you know, but I think that eventually we're gonna start moving more in that direction. But yeah, we are not totally Web3, I would say, but actually is a landscape that we want to explore more and more, and not just because of a hype driven narrative, but because I think that there is a lot of users with knowledge there that should have access to this platform in the way that they would feel comfortable. For example, I think the way we are built now, our platform is actually a bit off-putting for Web3 kind of users, aside from the token part. So that is something definitely that I want to improve. As I mentioned, I started digging the rabbit hole in 2020. I fell in love with the space, and I think that is a win-win if we have Web3 users, and if we can provide a nice experience to them.
Yeah, that's a step further in the roadmap, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Maybe this question is a little bit more technical, but I'm gonna ask, give it to you, and if you can answer even briefly, that's okay. So, how does MystNodes enhance privacy and security? Can you walk us like on how this all works?
Yeah, so the network and all traffic is secured by military grade encryption, and there is no centralized database, so the data cannot be physically collected or compromised. And yeah, I mean, sometimes you have some cases that people could use your node for bad purposes. We are trying to fight that by working with companies that have blacklisted IPs and stuff like that. But yeah, what I can say is that everything is encrypted, and we are trying the bad cases that may happen sometimes, which they do. Let's be honest, we are trying to fight them and being smart. And yeah, that's what I can say about this. I cannot go further, not because I don't want to, but because I don't have the knowledge to at this moment.
I cannot agree with you more. I believe in this century and these ages, it's very important to have security and privacy and to implement it. So, Can you share an example of MystNodes that has been utilized in a blockchain project or a real-world application?
Well, for example, let's speak about the VPNs, decentralized VPNs. That is one of the use cases that we have. Imagine that you want to access a location in some part of the world. If imagine you are a node, you are in, where are you based? Sorry.
I'm currently in the Netherlands.
Okay, so imagine that I'm now currently in Lithuania and I want to assess something in Netherlands. Maybe I would connect through MystNodes to you, and or to the decentralized VPN that is actually using one of our nodes. So that is one possible case. For example, also AI, machine learning. If you are sharing your let's say location, your kind of, I wouldn't say data, but some kind of habits or something, and that AI could hypothetically scrape that information, and learn with it. So that is another potential use case for a MystNodes, for a node, for example.
I see. I understand better.
Mm-hmm.
So how does MystNodes contribute to the DePIN ecosystem? Exactly.
Well, I think that's solely by the fact that you, a person, becomes a node, let's call it like that. I think that it gets no more deep in than this, to be honest. And in the other day, I was actually listening how the deep in world start, and was really cool. That was because of NASA, right? And they actually didn't have enough, let's say, computational power to collect data. So what they did, they start sending data to some specific users, and those users would process the data and send the next data, the data back to NASA. And if they kind of reach the purpose that NASA was looking for, let's say if NASA would find a star, they would name that star the name of the user. So basically, yeah, I mean, the fact that people become this kind of node, I think it gets no more deep in than that, to be honest.
And it's very easy to set up a node, so you can easily do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Another kind of technical question, but I'm sure you can also answer it at least briefly. So could you give us a technical overview of how MystNodes work, and how does it ensure scalability and security across the network?
So that is exactly like that. We are not depending, but the more people we have running a node, the more secure and stable the network is, right? So yeah, basically there is the scalability there. More people means more nodes, means more secure internet or infrastructure, basically. And yeah, I guess that's it. And a technical overview, that there is not a lot. Basically, again, you register, you download and install our software. Our app is running on the background, and you are sharing your unused bandwidth, and you receive a reward and return. And basically that's it.
What kind of devices does it support? For example, does it support iOS, Mac, or Windows, or all of them?
All of them, also Android, Raspberry Pi, and Linux.
Okay, talking about Raspberry Pi, like you said that you support the Raspberry Pi and computers to function as nodes, right? Exactly how simple it is for someone to set up a node and start running
Can I
it.
ask you? Sorry, Alex, can I ask you just 1 minute, because someone is knocking at my door. I don't know who might be. Can I just get up for 2 seconds? I'm really sorry for this. Okay, it just takes 1 second. Sorry, guys.
Gabriel, let's go, boys.
Sorry, my man. Sorry for this, guys. Really sorry.
No problem. anything can happen and you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Something
Exactly.
important. Maybe a baby is coming on the way.
Yeah, not yet, but yeah, maybe for the future. Yeah, but not yet. Yeah, but I'm really sorry for this situation.
No worries. We are all humans here. So you mentioned that it's easy. It's pretty easy, but can you go with us over the steps of how it's done exactly? What you do?
Well, I'm more for Raspberry Pi. I'm not so experienced on that with that flow, you know. But for Mac, Windows, yeah, basically that is quite simple. You go to our website. You choose the device that you are using. Okay, so for the Raspberry Pi, that part also is the same. But for the Raspberry Pi, I think you have to have some technical knowledge. Okay, while for the Mac and Windows, you basically just download the software, install, and is up and running. There is one slight issue that I see here, and that is other thing that I would like to mention at the moment, and that is a blocker. So I say that it's super easy to register a node, and it is. And it's actually when I mentioned that we are not so optimized for Web3. In some aspects, we are more optimized for Web3 than to Web2. That is, you need to, during the onboarding process or the installation, you need to input your Web3 wallet address, basically. So people that don't have a wallet address might face this issue. So yeah, that is the only, I would say, negative thing that I see here.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the tokenomics. So the Myst token, right? It's called Myst token. So what role does it play in the MystNodes ecosystem? Like, how does it drive the network?
So yeah, the token is basically the way that we have to reward the users for sharing the bandwidth and make the everything more decentralized, basically. So
And
it was like that. Of course, we need to improve our tokenomics. That is in the roadmap, definitely. We want to give more utility to the token, yeah, because I see a flaw there, and that will be taken care of. I cannot extend a lot regarding tokenomics, but we know that we can make it better.
okay, great. Yeah, I'm gonna. So how do you keep them active actually in the network? The tokens.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
What incentives are in place to keep them active in the network for the token?
The users, you mean what we do? Yeah, but basically that's what I'm saying right now. Right now, yeah, they share their bandwidth, they receive the token in return. We also had a stake in a third-party platform, but I cannot speak a lot about that by lack of knowledge on my side. But it's something that we're gonna, again, in the roadmap, we're gonna look at the token and define all the strategy and yeah, trying to create better tokenomics, because we want to reward our users to the maximum, right? And if we have some flaws in our tokenomics, which I wouldn't assume that is super bad, but is a token that if we don't give super utility, what is the point of the token, right? We are paying in Myst, but why not paying something else, you know? So that is something that we have really to take care and in consideration. But yeah, this was a question that we already raised internally. And we're gonna definitely take a look into that. We also want to bring more ways to pay to the users. Again, if you are not so much Web3, if you are more Web2, sorry, maybe other ways, maybe gift cards or something like that. But I think our Myst token should play a more important role than just to be our payout token, you know. It should be more than that.
That's great. It's really important, and it's great that you're thinking about the community and the way that you reward them. At least, I mean, for us, for Crankk at least, they are the most important, and we should always listen to them.
Exactly.
Any feedback that they give, you can always find solutions and ways to improve. Because, yeah. Okay. Guys, if you have any questions, don't be shy. You can post them in the comment section and we'll be more than happy to answer them. So what is the business model behind MystNodes? Like, how does the platform generate value for node operators and the broader ecosystem?
Yeah, so basically, as I mentioned, everything is private. Basically, users just share their IP, okay?
Mhm.
And yeah, we work with the trustworthy partners that may scrape this data and using, for example, to understand for market research, price monitoring, and search engine optimization at the moment. But then, if you look at Grass, for example, they are using this to AI machine learning, and that is the same thing that we can hypothetically use it. Of course, we have to run this by our community if they are comfortable with that, and if they are, I mean, is more let's say is better for the product MystNodes itself, and is better for the users because there is more ways to earn and more Myst to earn as well. So, but that is the model basically.
Okay, that's a good model, I believe. Sounds like a good model to me. So basically, how do you ensure that there are enough incentives for both small users and large scale operators to participate, basically?
Well, that depends on the traffic share by the user, you know, and there are some regions that the price per giga shared, let's say like this, is has more impact, right? Which means that everyone has the same possibility to receive the same. The thing is, depends where the information is needed, right? Imagine maybe you don't want to connect with a user. You don't want to assess an endpoint on Somalia, let's say. Maybe you want to assess an endpoint in the US, and so that is data being passed by that endpoint in the US. So basically, that's how we ensure payment to the users. If your bandwidth is being used, you will receive a Myst token. If it's not being used, it's not something that we can control because everything is decentralized and we cannot manipulate data or traffic share in that sense, basically. So
It's
that's
all
how we
transparent
ensure. Yeah,
in a way. Okay, can you maybe elaborate a little bit on any future updates or new features that MystNodes is planning to introduce in the business model or the token ecosystem? You've mentioned earlier a little bit more about that, but can you maybe
yeah.
elaborate a little bit more?
Yes, so yeah, definitely. So again, the token, yeah, we really want to look at this. Of course, there is always a legal side that doesn't allow us to go crazy, implement token burn mechanisms right off the bat. This has to be explored. But then, yeah, also speaking more a bit about Web3 because I assume this is the kind of crowd that we are working more with. Then possibly doing something on the NFT world, but NFTs with utility or SFTs, not. Just NFTs for the sake of having NFTs, and then again, like something that the user can feel more let's say if you are a user of our platform, you will realize there is not a lot of things to do there, so it's very hard for you to be engaged, and we want to be an app that is more than just pay the users to share bandwidth, you know. I know that this can look like a bit risky, but I think that some users would prefer if they could be engaged, do certain things in our platform um, that they cannot do now. So that's what I'm looking to as well, or what we are looking to, is to engage the users more, other than the fact just to share their bandwidth. Because yeah, while you are sharing bandwidth, there is pardon my French, a shit ton of things that you can be doing. So that's what we want, to come up with new ways actually to pay more for the users, and in return to have them more time in our platform. And this is no bullshitting. We want users more time with us, and we are willing to give something more to the users. I think it's a win-win situation for everyone. So I think that is the way that we have to look into things, basically.
That's again, you're thinking about the users and the community, which is I believe the most important part of
Yeah,
every project.
yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your social. So not that technical. I saw recently that you also have an Instagram page now. besides the X page.
Uh-huh.
What is the purpose of the Instagram page? Is it only brand awareness, or
Yeah,
because I
I
see
would
more
say,
blogs there than
yeah. So I think that our mentality has to change a bit. I'm not responsible for the marketing team, but we understand how Web3 operates, and we know the X or the Twitter XX, whatever, is the place for you to be to promote a Web3 crowd. I think the Web2, like Instagram stuff, yeah, is more for brand awareness due to the fact that is a easy narrative to promote, right? To like earn passive income by doing nothing. Everyone wants to earn money without doing nothing. Okay, so I think the Instagram is more for that purposes. But then again, we will focus more, or the way that I see it, I want to focus more in the X and the kind of Web3 crowd. You know, the Web2 comes from an extension. Maybe we are posting more there because the people that are working currently with the company came from a different background and they still have a lot to learn regarding the Web3 world. But I would say that's why we are using Instagram and at this stage.
yes, it's good that you're also using it, because it also creates a brand awareness and you can make a
Yeah,
different kind of content there. Like the
exactly.
blog that you're doing, I believe in my opinion, they're great. It's a little bit different from
But
everything else that I have seen.
yeah,
Uh, okay. Are you actually using LinkedIn as well?
not so much.
Not so much, but
Uh,
you have a profile there, I guess.
Yes, yes, yes. But yeah, but yeah, we have to optimize this. That's other thing, you know. We started not we. The project started 2017, but was made for a very technical kind of user, you know. And during this time, some things to try to reach mass adoption. Not saying that is the correct way or not, not that, but this kind of, let's say, basics we didn't foment on them, and I see this that we have to improve this kind of things, even in the way we market here our brand and stuff like that. So it's something that we have to improve. And I wouldn't say that we are very strong on socials, because for example you have Mysterium network, but then you have Mysterium VPN, and then you have MystNodes. And if you look for MystNodes, you will see that we are a bit weak by comparison, you know, and that is something that we really have to improve, I would say.
You get there.
Yeah, we'll get
Can I
there.
ask something else? It's do you are you planning to have a mobile app that's user friendly and that kind of stuff?
We have it for Android. Is being maintained. We have like 1.5k users over there. It's not our strong platform, but if you look at other projects, like for example, okay, Sweatcoin or something, the app that pays you to walk, they did it very nicely because you're always with your phone. So there is always an app running on the background. You can be earning Mist by sharing your unused bandwidth. Sometimes you are working, you have your phone in your pocket or something like that. So the way they did it very smartly. We also want to look in that direction, of course, but I think there are flows that we need to improve first on the let's say on our strongest OS operative systems.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll dig into the Android app as well, definitely. But yeah, and then maybe scale this to iOS, but which may be more complicated by some technical reasons. But everything as a solution is just a matter of everything cannot be done at the same time, and that is the problem here right now. But yeah, we have these also in our priority lists.
That's good. I remember also when the Crankk was developing the app, that with the iOS was a bit more difficult. But yeah, you've mentioned the community, and that you like to contribute for them and to do as much as possible for them so that they can earn as much as possible. So now, how can the community get involved with MystNodes beyond just running nodes? Are there opportunities, for example, for developers or other contributors to engage with the platform?
Well, at the moment, I wouldn't say that is opportunities for them. One thing that we have is a really strong community, actually. And in the last couple of days, I realized that by being a bit more active on Discord, and there is a lot of feedback there from some community users, and actually is very nice and valuable feedback. Sometimes I think projects disregard what the community has to say. On our case, it would be stupid to disregard what they have to say, honestly. I think they are the backbone of our project because, again, in our project, people are nodes, right? So that is the main thing I can say. And I think a project is just as good as the community that they have. So actually, you can judge a project, I think, by the kind of community that they have. And our community on that matter is actually super good. And yeah, I would like to do more for them. One thing that I'd like to mention, and is hard to explain this, because when you are a user of a certain project, you want the best of what the project can be, and our users and community definitely see our potential. And sometimes it's kind of hard not match their expectancies right off the bat, but it's because there is a lot of internal processes that, you know for the dev especially, it's not just like click one button and everything goes magically. But I think community understand that, and anyway, I would love to match everything that they want from the project. And in due time, definitely we're gonna take that positive feedback and implement it in our project. So yeah. Regarding the more ways to earn, now we are not doing quests and this kind of side things where the users can earn more. We have beta testers that they can earn more, which is not really yeah, is by testing the platform basically. But other than that, so far no, but that is something that we will definitely look into as well. We just want to improve the flows of the project a bit better first, and then definitely we will gonna look into that.
The ecosystem basically, so that
Yeah.
everything works. That's also Crankk's mission and vision, sort of. First, the ecosystem has to work everything properly, and then
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
yeah. As you know, MystNodes is implemented in Crankk one-click multi-mining solution. Do you have an overview of that? A little overview. As far as I know, there are over 500 MystNodes that are online through our one-click multi-mining solution. Maybe
Yeah.
you have a better number for that, but that's just as far as I know and the last time that I checked.
No, the numbers keep growing, which is great. To be honest, we started in the beginning. I think there were around 80 nodes. Now they are over 400, almost 500 nodes. So that is perfect, and I think that's how our network gets stronger. So thank you so much to you guys over there in Crankk. Actually,
Thank
the
you as well.
solution that you come up with for the users also is amazing, because they can do multi-mining without going platform. They can do the multi-mine with one click, which is awesome. Of course, that at some point, if we implement new kind of features, right? NFTs, service, games, stuff like this, for having the users more time there, maybe we can try to do something with Crankk. We would love that, because yeah, you guys are really passionate about what you do. You can see by the communication, the care that you have for your users and stuff. So yeah, we are really happy with this partnership. Sorry, sometimes I even should be more active, which I'm not. But then again, a lot of process and infrastructural process to take a look at. But yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, guys. It's been awesome working with you.
Thank you as well. I believe our collaboration is great. We also have it official. And I believe from the technical part of the dev team, they also made everything easy and it was without issues. And so overall, your opinion about Crankk and how we work, you're satisfied, which is great to hear. Thank you again. Let's go through some of the questions, but I don't see any questions at the moment. Do you maybe see?
Yeah, I know. Oh, wait, let me see if I can check. But I don't see any one of those. No. Let me see. Let me check here. Someone rage quit.
Yes, that's Joe. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe I can give you the stage now, and you can tell me a little bit more about the future plans and what's next for Mysterium. Any exciting upcoming futures, partnerships, or developments that you can share with us. Anything that comes up into your mind, you can
Yeah.
share. Maybe a New Year's resolution.
No, yeah. First, the resolution is to grow bigger, to grow better, to our community as well, and to new users that might join. And we have a lot of things coming up. We have now the Chrome extension. It's not fully optimized yet. We're gonna release it anyway because it's I would say, a easier way for user to have access to our node. But yeah, we have the Chrome extension. I think next week it will go live. Then we are working on a SDK. So if you are a project and you have some users, if you want to implement that SDK, if if the users of that project are okay with that, we are also developing that. We are improving our onboarding flows. So basically, now the user, when he joins MystNodes, he goes to the My Nodes page, but in that Nodes page it doesn't tell nothing to the user. Our user doesn't have a users lounge or users hub where he can see maybe an overview. So this kind of flows, again, they are very outdated, and I think a user likes to have some personalization and some power on his experience. So we are working on all of these. We are working on the possibility of the user managing his nodes directly from our website. So yeah, we have a lot of things coming up. We will definitely look into the token and the NFTs possibility. So yeah, we have a lot of things coming up. Everything in due time. I know if you are a user, sometimes it's not easy to wait, but thankfully everything will come to fruition. And yeah, I think we're gonna be way stronger than we are right now. And yeah, that's basically what I can say about what is next in the roadmap. So if I sorry, because I sometimes tend to speak a lot, but yeah, Chrome extension, improve the onboarding flow, create a social wallet connect login as well, improve the My Notes page, improves the user page as well, or create one, NFTs, and improve tokenomics, basically, I would say. And if possible, because it's not the main priority, but also improve the design of our My MystNodes to be a bit more user friendly and more warm and cozy, basically. But that is a matter of a design, not so much a matter of the product itself. However, it's connected, of course. I mean,
Yes.
the better user experience, the better the product, definitely.
UI and UX is definitely very
Yeah.
important, especially nowadays and in the Web3 world.
Yeah,
Also.
exactly. Yeah. There is things that we are doing. If you are a user that love MystNodes, maybe you are hearing me say a lot of, I wouldn't say bad things, but I prefer to be honest. There is things that have to improve, and we are aware of those. And these flows that, like Web3 projects, they try to inform new users, they try to guide them and stuff. And that is something that we are currently failing. But we're gonna improve this, definitely.
That's good. I believe you're gonna achieve it because you're hard workers behind the team.
Yeah, we are actually. We are
Yes.
definitely.
Okay. Speaking of the Web3 and the DePIN and the NFTs, where do you see this whole world going and evolving in the next decade, for example? And where does MystNode play a role there? Like, where do you see it situated?
Yeah, well, first of all, you see how things are getting now a bit crazy again because it's a bull run. I would assume it is a bull. I mean, it is a bull run, definitely. You attract new users, you bring more attention to the space. Of course, that there are serious projects and not so serious projects, which is okay. Everyone have their cup of tea. I believe that serious projects during the long haul will be here, and that is what we expected for MystNodes and for Crankk as well. I think we do something that has utility. I think we bring value to the users. I think we are trying to build something serious that it will be useful in a couple of years. And I think in the next 10 years, MystNodes will be here with more users. And yeah, if for example, again, if you look at Grass, if you look at Gradient, they are pulling it off quite nicely. I think we can do the same. I think we can do even better, which is not easy to do, to be honest. Those guys perfect this. But yeah, we will be here. We will be here because at the moment we are not just depending on the Web3, you know. We are also depending on some kind of Web2 structures. So, but we want to integrate more and more. So we believe in Web3. We believe in blockchain technology. So yeah. And the space, I think, will keep growing. It's the same every time, you know, like yeah, it's the same every time. I mean, it's easier to speak when the token price is going up, but we were here in the bull market, we are here in the bear market, you guys the same. So I think these projects will last, and they will bring more and more and more attention by the naturalistic infrastructure or of our project, you know.
Yes,
People,
exactly.
it's people basically, so people are always here, so you know, that's it.
Exactly. And just recently, I saw a comment on X, and I just had to reply about the meme coins that they're going crazy percents ups. But like you said, there's different projects, and the meme coins are basically like most of them are basically rug pulls, and you cannot put in one sentence, for example, Crankk and meme coin or MystNodes and meme coin, because behind the token, the actual token, MystNodes or Crankk, there is a whole ecosystem and a whole bunch of things that are working. It's not just on a chart.
Going, yeah, exactly. It's a working product, basically, exactly, you
And
know.
99% of the meme coins are basically rug pull. Like
Yeah,
the price goes up super fast, but it goes down way faster.
faster even. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
So, and
Yeah.
especially in the Web3 world, in my opinion, it's super early, especially for such projects, and people don't know about them that much. And as soon as they do, they're gonna explode, in my opinion.
Yeah, I share the same opinion. Yeah, like, yeah. First of all, regarding meme coins, not against or in favor, you know, but it's like you say, like people now I think when you join the space you don't understand what is happening. You are just looking for the gains, which is okay. But then if you start digging a bit deeper, you start to understand the value of blockchain, not crypto as the token, but the value as a blockchain, as a technology.
Exactly.
And you start to understand, okay, this has the potential really to be something that we use in our lives. I mean, and the things that are being built in Deepin right now. For example, in my girlfriend was in Web Summit in Lisbon now, and for example, even for the car industry, now you have a car that is already built on the blockchain. I know that there are a lot of projects like Demo Network and stuff like this, but a car brand that is built everything in the blockchain, that dashboard, anything, so you cannot lie about the metrics. You always know where the car is, if it's robbed or anything, you know. So this is utility, real utility. And people, when they opt in the beginning to this space, they don't understand that. But I think if they care enough, they will start to understand, you know. And so this is the potential of Deepin in the next 10 years and many years to come, I hope.
The technology is crazy, and I cannot wait to see what they will come up and all the projects what they're gonna come up with, because
Yeah.
it's truly insane. The next few years will be truly insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, but as you mentioned, I'm nothing against the meme coins. It's just two different things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not comparable. Like you say, you cannot put
Yes.
both in the same sentence, basically. Exactly. You say that better than me, definitely.
Okay. And final words. If you could leave one message with the audience about MystNodes, what would it be?
Uh, is a good question. I will not try to overextend. I guess it's better to keep simple. Project will
Simpler the
keep
better, I
growing.
guess.
Yeah, it's a better, it's a better idea always. No, project will keep growing as long as people want the project to keep growing, and if the project keeps growing, we will be better for the people that are involved with the project. Basically, that's it. Is not we are relying on each other here. It's a decentralized kind of environment, so we are just as good as the people that are with our project, and that is the main thing that people should know about this. Like, our project is good because we have good people there. Not only, I'm not speaking about the team, I'm saying we have good users, so that's why the project is good. And the more and the better users we have, the better the project will be. Simple as that, basically.
Yes. Okay, and speaking of that, where can people learn more, stay updated, and get involved in the project?
Yeah, so we have our blog, we have our communities, so Discord, Twitter, Telegram. I will advise Discord, definitely, because community can explain a lot of things as well, not only the team, but yeah, we also have some articles, blogs. We have a YouTube channel, but it needs to be optimized, to be honest. So I would go, if people want to learn more, join the Discord and the Telegram and follow us on Twitter, basically.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you again
Thank you,
for
Alex.
being here. Guys, I will include all the links down below for all the socials of MystNodes and our social channels. Make sure that you click on them, subscribe, follow, share, everything. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Comment. You can comment as well which project would you like to have as a guest next time. And enjoy Christmas. And yes, I'll see you next month. And next week we have a community update, AMA on Discord. Make sure that you tune in. We will announce it very soon. Thank you, Jonas. It was a pleasure for us to be our special guest. And yes, we cannot thank you enough.
Oh, thank you so much. You are a great host. Thank you so much, Alex. It was really nice.
Thank you.
So yeah, I was actually awesome. Thank you so much. I was a bit nervous in the beginning, but thank you so much for being so nice, and really cool to have this chat with you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
man.
See you.
Bye. Bye. See you.
Thank you for joining today's AMA session. Be sure to follow our social media channels and stay tuned for our next session, where we'll dive even deeper into the future of decentralized tech with Crankk.